Morning, morning. Welcome. How are we all doing today? Okay, now we are live. Perfect. I'm just sending the links to this other group. And we are going to be starting very soon. Thank you so much for the patience. Thank you for being here. There are some interesting technical difficulties happening right now. So I don't know if you can hear me or not. So let me try this. Yeah, let me know if you can hear me. In fact, let me do a test on my own. For those of you watching this recorded, you could always just. Oh, this is working great. Perfect. Okay. Uh, so thank you for being here. We're going to be starting real shortly. Super grateful to have you here in this present moment, and we're going to be going live on the Instagram as well. Set up. Thank you all for just being kind and the patience. As you all know, in meditation, patience is actually a huge virtue and skill that is critical. So thank you all for that. In the meantime, comment any questions that you have, or comment how you're feeling in this present moment, or even just comment what you're grateful for. Any of those things, it's all on you, whatever you want to share. So, like I said to y'all, basically, whatever you're grateful for. Hey, welcome, Katie. Thank you so much for being here. Just let me know if you can hear me. Okay, I did the test myself and it seemed to work. But just say something, I guess, again, if you wanted to say something like, hey, I can hear you, or whatever would be great. I'll be starting the next minute. Home from work today with a migraine. Oh, wow. Well, thank you so much, Katie, for sharing that. I appreciate you for being here today. I think this will be something that can definitely help. Uh, yeah, I'm grateful that you're here. And I always love to see people when they meditate because they're perfect. Awesome, Katie. Yeah, sometimes people tend to watch this later on. So maybe that's going to be why they come later. But they either join later or they tend to uh, watch this recorded. So that's probably why you're not seeing much. But thank you all so much for being here. Grateful again to have you. And I'm glad that you can hear me and see me okay. And for those of y'all joining, we're just about to start. Wherever you're at does not matter. This is a very informal meditation, which means that you can do this from anywhere, anytime, any place. And the whole idea is to do this so we can do it wherever and whenever. And so you don't need to be sitting on the meditation cushion. You don't have to be having a studio per se to do this, or you don't have to even go somewhere. You can do it literally on the spot, in the subway, in the car. Obviously, would maybe give you other tips for how to do it while driving. You don't want to do it exactly while driving for obvious reasons. So that's that. But yeah, with that, let's start again. For those of you joining, welcome. We're just going to start wherever you're at, sitting on the couch, on the bed. It doesn't matter, in the car. You can do this from wherever. Let's start by taking some nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And now let's continue doing that on our own a bit more. But as we're doing this on our own, I want you to just be conscious and aware of the body getting big as you inhale, and it'll be expanding. And then I want you to notice how the body will get small and contract when you exhale. Very simply, just take notice of these things. Very simple. Welcome, Jen. Thanks for being here. And now we can slowly, as you continue doing this, where you just take these deep inhales and deep exhales, you can close your eyes. So now, for the duration of the practice, you're going to keep the eyes closed. Keep the eyes closed and continue taking those deep inhales and deep exhalation breaths. Okay. Now let's resume normal breathing. So as you inhale from the nose, you're going to exhale from the nose. So just breathe normally. Very regular breathing. Nothing special here. Okay. And now I want you to start this session off by a simple gratitude practice that I love always encouraging and having people do, which is to just very simply say that you are grateful for this present moment. So, again, just as a reminder, we're keeping the eyes closed right now. And I want you all to just breathe normally, nothing special here. But as you're breathing normally, I want you to either say out loud, which would be great if you can, say it mentally, or whisper. I mean, it doesn't matter. Or you could even comment it if you want, for those of you all. Well, actually, your eyes are closed, so I guess you wouldn't be able to do that. But just share that you're grateful for this present moment. Just say it. And I want you to not just say it, but I want you to try to, in a way, believe in it. And I want you to actually experience it if that's something that's possible. To be truly grateful, no matter how much pain that you might be having right now, whether that pain is physical, emotional, mental, even. What's key here to realize is that we are able to experience this moment, and that itself is such a privilege to be able to experience, whether it's pain, whether it's difficulty, whether it's the opposite, which is joy and, let's say, comfort and pleasure. Just to be able to experience itself is a very beautiful blessing that we all have. And so, just to acknowledge that and then truly to embrace that you're grateful for this present moment is going to be very important. And now I want you to think of something different. So I know the present moment is something that does really encapsulate everything, if you think about it. Well, don't think too much here. But the point is, think of something different that you are grateful for in this present moment. Again, we'll keep the eyes closed now. Think of something different. Uh, it can be anything. Just to give you a quick example, I mean, I'm grateful for my breath, Grateful for this fresh air, grateful for this ground so I can stand up and talk to you. I'm grateful for this computer so I can use technology to, again, talk to you and Instagram here. So many things to be grateful for. So I just pick something else and I want you to visualize it because at this point where our eyes are closed, right? So just pick it, visualize it, and then slowly I want you to almost imagine like you're giving that thing a hug, whatever that is. Even if it's the air, you're gonna give the air a hug, just like that. So, okay, beautiful. Now let's do another one. Pick something else, and I'm sure we can easily do this because there's a million, a billion things to be grateful for. A zillion, if that's something we still say today. uh, yeah, just pick something else. And same little practice here again. I want you all to visualize it, and then maybe try to hug it if you can. Hug it not from the egoic mind perspective where you want to make it yours. Just because you hug something, it doesn't mean that it's yours per se. So let's try to maybe avoid the egoic way of going about this, and instead we're going to focus on just appreciation. You can appreciate something without having it. I guess another small example could be like window shopping, right? Although, maybe not the best example because we would want to, it's very tempting and easy for us to be like, oh no, yeah, I want this, I want that. But imagine you're window shopping and you got no money, but you also have everything. So you really don't need anything, but you're just appreciating the beauty of whatever you're seeing through the windows. So yeah, just continue to do that, visualize it. And now we're gonna let go of that and let's find the spot of rising and falling breathing sensation now. So I want you to find that spot of breath, whether this is your nose, whether this is your neck, your chest, your stomach. Just find that spot of rising and falling breathing sensation. Okay. I'll give you some more time here if you need help with that. Again, just find the spot where you're. For example, I'll do a quick little example for you. So I'm feeling it in this region. So I'm really just focusing on where, for those of you that aren't, you can't see this, I'm like pointing here, stomach, essentially. So just find that spot, focus on it. I want you to take a second now just to observe the breath as you are inhaling. Notice how in that spot it's getting big and expands and rises, and then how that spot also falls, gets smaller and contracts. So look and notice it that way. Okay. And now we're going to give a little bit more of a non guided phase here, where I want to have y'all continue focusing on that spot. And again, breathe normally. So no special breathing here of like inhalation through the nose or exhalation from the mouth. However you normally breathe, I feel like most of us breathe through our nose, just in and out. So that's what we're going to do here. But as we're doing that, we're going to, after each exhalation, say that you're grateful for this present moment. It's going to be like a mantra practice here. Say that you're grateful for this present moment. So, for example, again, eyes closed. I'm grateful for this present moment. I'm grateful for this present moment. I'm grateful for this present moment. I want you to actually, again, not just say it, but almost like believe in it to the point where you experience it and you actually feel it. That's going to be very critical here. And I'll let you be, just be doing that. So breathing normally, eyes closed. Wherever you're sitting, that's perfectly fine. Any posture. I guess just some quick heads up pointers, just recommendations here. If you can have the back straight and erect, that would be great. Sitting cross-legged is also fine if you can. But if you can't sit cross-legged on the ground, what you'll do is put your right ankle, since it's going to be opposite because of, I guess, the camera orientation. But you're going to put your right over left. Actually, I'm doing the opposite, so it matches up with your view. But right ankle over left ankle, and hands open, not like this, but like this way would be perfect. Face tilted up, and that's pretty much it. Again, these are just recommendations. You don't have to be in this position per se. And now, as we continue doing this and we say that we're grateful for this present moment, just realize that it's very normal and natural for the mind to get distracted and get lost in the thoughts, get lost in the feelings, whether it's emotional or physical, or get lost in sounds. So that's why, as we do this on our own, I am going to be giving y'all gentle reminders throughout the practice without saying too much. Just going to be doing a little bell ring, and that will be just an indication to remind you all to get back into that focus of that breath, that spot, as well as the mantra, which is going to be that I am grateful for this present moment. So you all got this. I'll let you be now. And just realize as you're doing this, there's gonna be many distractions, and it's very natural to get distracted. So just give yourself a break in those moments of like gentleness is very key to the mind, especially because the mind, yeah, you just want to be gentle. It's a little child, it's a little baby. So give it your ultimate uh, and maximum kindness, and also just realize that every time you do get distracted and you're like, oh wow, I'm getting distracted, instead of beating yourself over about it, it's better, not better, it's going to be more important to realize that that's actually when you're truly present. So you should be happy when you catch yourself. So catching yourself shouldn't be an opportunity to beat yourself over or your mind, but it should be a moment to be grateful because you're awake, actually conscious. So let's continue. You got this. And again, like I said, just from time to time, I will be ringing the bell just as reminders to get back into the practice. Now, it's very normal and natural for the mind to also just be talking and to have a lot of chatter and say things like, "Oh, this is getting boring. How many times do I have to say this? When is this going to end?" And as I'm speaking kind of fast now, it's a reflection of what the mind could be doing potentially. So just realize that in those moments, you're not the mind, first off. Secondly, that you don't have to listen to the mind and believe in everything that the mind says. And thirdly, just be gentle with it every time it's saying something like that. And just, I guess, in a way, you can break that loop by just redirecting the focus back to the breath and back to the chant here, which is that I'm not, which is I am grateful for this present moment. Now we're going to let go of this focus on the breath, on the spot, on the chant of being grateful for this present moment. We're just going to just be in this moment as it is. No special instructions here. Sitting still with silence or being silent with stillness. And now we're going to slowly bring the attention back to the environment around us, back to the sounds of whatever that you hear at the distance, whether it's my background noise or your noise. We're going to bring the attention back towards the feelings of the body, the sensations, the physical, which is the body resting on wherever. Hands on your laps, maybe. Take notice of any smells that you hear, or no, hear. Jeez. Wasn't consciously saying that right there. Take notice of any smells that you smell from the nose, any distinct noises, and then slowly, eventually bring your attention back to your breath, back to your face, back to just you, wherever that you is for you right now. And before you open the eyes, I want to have you say out loud if you can, but if again you can't say that out loud, which is fine, say it mentally, but say that you're grateful for this present moment. And if you can yell it, that'd be even awesome. You don't have to, but that'd be great. Yell it because we finished this beautiful session. And now think of something different that you're grateful for, something distinct, anything. And just as we did earlier, we're going to be thinking about it, visualizing it, embracing it, like hugging it, as in visualizing it. Okay. And now let's go back to the present moment, as in we're grateful for that again. So, again, let's say that one more time. I am grateful for this present moment. And then at your own pace and time, you can gently open your eyes. Take your time here, very slowly open your eyes. And the key here is going to be to do it very slowly, very gradual, very slow. I'll be here for the next minute or two to answer any questions, comments, or concerns. Super grateful for you being here. You did an awesome job on a beautiful Saturday. Regardless of what time it is, or maybe a different day, but if you're watching this recorded too, thank you. Grateful. And if you have personal questions, I will put that in the chat because that is my Instagram handle, so you can always DM me. Yes, the name is Vish. Thank you, Katie. Thank you so much for being here. We don't usually start exactly at 10, so it's anywhere from like 10 to 10:05, 10:10, just as a range. So in the meantime, y'all can just be patient whenever we do start. But I definitely try to get here as early as possible. So that's that. But thank you so much. Any questions, comments, concerns? And again, if you have anything personal, you can always DM me, which is my handle right there, at Rich Vibes. And obviously, for those of you who are watching this right now on Instagram, you have my Instagram handle, 1132. Sweet. Helen, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Helen Pilraj and Katie Welsh. Beautiful job again, both of y'all. And thank you for being here. We're always here, just being aware that we're here, right? So, with that, make your great day. Take it joyfully. Stay conscious and ecstasy.